she basically saying when men get to the point where they stop caring about what these women look like, these women with these BBLs, or some of them are attractive women. So when men stop trying to cater to these types of women, stop trying to chase these women or give attention to these type of women and just look past them, these women won't have any other choice but to go sit down somewhere. When they stop getting men who are going to cater to them based off of their looks, men who are willing, to give them money for their attention, then they won't have any other choice but to change, because once they realize that men aren't attracted to that, or men are not running to that, it's going to make them do something differently. And I think this is what certain people are saying when they say, oh, it's up to the men, it's up to the men. Now, ultimately, I think it's up to the women. I think it's up to the women to make a change, but I do see that there are still some type of a little bit of simpish behavior from some men who still just are trying to get attention from those types of women. So they will have that problem, because you're going to realize this woman, she don't care about anything that you're doing. She don't. In fact, a lot of these women will sabotage what you're working on or what you're trying to do, because they don't really care about your value or what you're trying to do. All they're trying to do is just get something out of you. To her point, though, we're seeing exactly that. A lot of these men are not fazed by these women. This is the thing. I see so many videos, and just even in real life, men are just not even paying attention to these women. So this is why these women are complaining, because now they have no other recourse. OnlyFans is not doing so good. They're not making all that money off of OnlyFans. All of it is a trickle down effect. Once men realize what these women are up to, once these women expose themselves and they even gave a playbook on how to manipulate men, I'm thinking this is crazy as hell. There were women who actually post videos on TikTok and other places telling other women how to manipulate a man. And it's like they lost brain cells, or they don't have any or something, but they didn't realize that there are men watching this too. You exposed your nature and told men exactly how to treat you. So I just think that, women these types of women definitely exposed themselves, and men were paying attention. So I look, a lot of these women now are complaining about why men don't approach them, why men don't even look their way. One woman said, look, she was in the grocery store and black men were in there and they wouldn't even give her any eye contact. Looked over as if she was invisible. So it's happening. It's happening. A lot of men have decided, I'm not playing these games with these women. I'm not going to lose what I've worked hard for these types of women who don't mean me no good, who don't care about building relationships, don't care about having a good man, don't care about cooperating with a man, don't care about any of it. So why should I waste my time and resources on these types of women? So it's happening. It is definitely happening. It really is. And it's a good thing, because it's unfortunate though, like I said, because I think family, marriage, and relationships is what we need to build our communities. But at the same time, I don't think, because I have sons, and I don't think that men should just sit by and let a woman just take advantage of them, use them and abuse them, and just, let it roll like that just because she's a woman and she got a vagina and you just interested in, getting some vagina from her here and there. I don't think it's worth it for you to lose your sanity and your morals and values on somebody who's not worth it. The same way I would tell my daughters if she was dealing with a Pookie or Ray Ray, look, it's not worth it either way. There's no way you should be dealing with a man like this who doesn't value you or respect you or any of that. I don't think anybody, male or female, should have to deal with individuals like that. And if you have more respect for yourself, you wouldn't allow that. And this is what a lot of self-respecting young men, or men in general, are doing. They're not our stepfathers from the 80s and the 90s or whatever. Just like these women want to say, we're not our grandmothers. Well, these are not just your stepdads that you was used to sitting there being a simp, super simp, sitting there allowing that woman to just mess over him, do whatever she wants, sleeping with different men while he there taking care of the household. It's not that time. So women have exposed themselves, and men were paying attention. That's just it. And as much as women are the ones who like to complain about, the pickings are slim out here in these dating streets, because you hear that too. Oh, there are not a lot of good men anymore who want to support women. Yeah, they are. You just don't qualify for them. Majority of the good men and the good women are already taken. That should tell you something. When they talk about leftover women, baby, the majority of the good women and men are either married or in relationships already. So if you're not, then you need to look at yourself and reevaluate where you stand. What's going on with you? Do you need to make some changes? Once again, it goes back to self-accountability and self-awareness. What is it that you're lacking? Why a respectful, decent man hasn't approached you yet? Why you keep attracting what they would call the bottom of the barrel? Why? And just to be frankly honest, if you keep attracting what you call the bottom of the barrel, then maybe that's what you are too. You're sitting right there at the bottom right with them. That's the pool that you're in. And you can't get out of that pool of men because you don't have the qualifications to do so, because you don't want to change anything about yourself to level yourself up. You can't stay at the bottom with the people on the bottom and expect top tier outcomes, or top tier men, top tier outcomes, or whatever. You can't sit way at the bottom and think millionaires are just going to come run to you. And especially if you're sitting at the bottom and you got 2 baby daddies and 3 kids, never been married, sitting there expecting the world